All right, so hello. Good day to all my listeners in this another episode of Inspiring Educators. So, for our episode this wonderful Friday afternoon, we are blessed with another educator, and this time we're going to be traveling to Spain. And to all my listeners, let's all welcome Mollet. So, how are you?
Hi, fine, thanks.
Wonderful. Thank you so much for this opportunity to be a guest in my podcast.
Thank you to you. I really love inspiring other people, so that's why I'm here.
I'm so excited to hear your stories. But before we go to that stories that you have, Mar, let us know first, who is Mar? Can you tell us something about yourself, please?
Sure. Mar is a lot of things. I've always had trouble. Yeah. I've always had trouble describing myself in one word doing this kinds of exercise because I'm a complex person. I think also everybody's complex, and I don't like to put etiquettes on people because I really think people are multi-layered, you know. I work with complexity all the time, and that's why I don't like to do that. But anyway, apart from a lot of things, I'm a very enthusiastic person. I think I like to do and try a lot of hobbies, especially creative ones, and I like meeting with people all around the world.
Wonderful. So you're just introducing yourself, but we're really excited to know more about you. Now, off to my second question, Mark. All right. So, every guest that I have here are educators. So I wanted to know, Mark, how did you end up as an educator? Why did you choose to become a teacher?
Well, as most of the previous invited people of this podcast said, teaching chose me, but I will explain how.
Oh.
Because I will explain how. Teaching chose me at the early age of, I don't know, maybe I was like 17, 16, don't remember exactly. And my first lesson was a particular tuition of English to a fellow kid of my village. So the adventure started there. And then, I ended up studying psychology because I didn't understand some things about people, so I wanted to learn more. And then when I finished, you have to specialize in something, and education came to me as a thing that was hopeful because to change society, you must change education first. So I thought it was the best way to, make society healthier. I thought kids were, I had more hope in kids changing than in old people or adults changing. So that's why I chose education as a path. And also I specialized in English because for me English was a language where I could be free of all the family conditionings and social conditionings with which I grew up because English wasn't very popular here at the time I was a teenager. So I've always felt really good with English, and in fact, when I talk English, I've always had really good students, and I don't know, really good people I interacted with. So I'm really happy that I focused on that later on.
Wow, that was really amazing. You've started taking up psychology, but then when you were about to master, you've chosen education. And then what I love with what you've said is that you have believed that young kids that would still be much more better. So your focus is with young kids, right?
Well, not really. In fact, I've worked with every kid on education, and even now I'm doing a course for people who care about old people to, get their social emotional skills too. So I'm really doing all kinds of people in the end. And then I'm really excited because my next teaching adventure would be at an online university, teaching people who are doing teacher training. So I'm really excited about that.
That's fantastic. That's fantastic. And just to, again, reiterate with you, I really love the combination of psychology and education. So you're trying to understand, at the same time you are trying to educate. You're trying to give inspiration. You're, as if you're hitting two birds in one stone. So that's really a good journey that you had. Now,
yeah.
up to the third question, all right? So, we all knew that this pandemic situation affected everyone, not just here in our country, but around the world. I wanted to know, how does Mar keeps herself positive in most of the time? How do you turn your day into a positive one? Can you share something a little bit about it, please?
Sure. The first thing I try to do is not hide or put away the negativity. I try to embrace it. Like, it's here for a reason. Then if it becomes like too heavy, then I say, okay, I can deal with you right now. I have to do other things, but I know you have a purpose to be here, so I'll tend to you later. Okay? And I find that giving it some space makes it, go away easier. Apart from that, I try to do positive activities like doing yoga, like listening to music, like hanging out with people online and offline, and studying, keeping my mind busy, always learning new things. I promised myself that I wouldn't stop learning new things because I've helped a lot of people. But sometimes I've helped people that, don't really give anything in return. And I don't mean that they have necessarily to give you something, but if you are with really negative situations all the time, you need something that pushes you back again. I promised myself that I would help people, but help people and give who give me return in some way. If I don't think the return has to be economical or I don't know material, but in terms of emotion or in terms of learning. And I think I'm managing that. So that's the key for me, I think, to stay positive.
Great. And something that I remembered on what you said right now is that you embrace the negative because you know that there is a reason for that. However, even though you try to embrace it, you put it aside and then you still do positive things. So something, not everyone would do that, right? Not everyone would, think that, oh, negative, it means something. So I need to know what is the reason for it. So of all the guests that I have here, I enjoy that idea. That's, I don't know if it is right, but sometimes you need to think that negative things that would happen to you has a reason. So that's what I remembered with what you said right now. That was really, stuck right now in my mind that, I believe now that everything that happens to us has a reason. And
no, I'm not, I think you understand, I'm not talking about an intellectual reason. It's like a reason for being, you know what I mean?
That's right. That's very interesting. And I would say that it's already an inspiring thought for all our listeners, all the educators around the world. So thank you for that one, Mark. Now, off to my final question to you. Okay. Now, as an
Okay.
educator, and the main goal of my podcast, how do you inspire your learners? How do you keep them, pushing forward, that they need to learn, they need to grow, they need to improve? Well, would you like to share some tips, some techniques that you do in your teaching career?
Sure. I think I will summarize it into two main actions.
Go for it.
One is to prepare significant activities. I know that scaffolding and all this is part of all the teaching theories that we already know, but sometimes we don't have time or we don't prioritize the significance of the activity. So I make it my top priority. So if it doesn't mean anything for the learner I'm with, I think this will not engage anyone. So it's the main focus for learner engagement. And the second one is to know, and this is really important, that everybody makes mistakes. I made mistakes. All the teachers in the world make mistakes, and students do. So mistakes are part of life, and not be really harsh on mistakes, but to encourage students to keep going and to let them know that learning is not a straight line, straight going up line, but it's a curve. And in this curve, there are ups and downs, and that's just what life is and what learning is. So just keep doing and keep trying. That's it.
Though you've summarized it, it is still very meaningful. What I love with what you've discussed is that everybody makes mistakes. Even teachers who have took master's, doctorate degree, they still make mistakes. And another thing that I love with what you've shared is that, when you describe life, it is a curve, it goes up and down. You're really putting in what's the reality into learning, which is really interesting. I really love the visualization of how you inspire your students, which is really helpful. Right now that we are using most of the time right now technology. We're focused now on online teaching, and not everyone are familiar with it. And we're very thankful that our colleagues, let me name drop someone like Armin, who shares new techniques, technologies, but then he does not forget the social and emotional aspect of every teacher. And also, he makes sure that, he also enlightens the educators. And I'm very thankful again, Mar, that you have been part of my podcast. I really wanted to know every teacher's techniques around the world. And the way that you've shared your journey, why did you become an educator, how do you change your day into a positive one, and how you inspire your learners is really helpful, not just to me, but to every educator around the world. So now, Mark, before we end up our podcast, I would be giving you the I'll give you an opportunity if you wanted to plug in something, if you wanted to invite them, if you have any groups. The podcast floor is now all yours, Mark. Go for it.
Okay, so I'm also interested in inspiring teachers, especially in social emotional learning. So if anyone's interested in forming a group, they can contact me through Facebook, Mar Telom, which is my surname backwards, and we can try to know and set a date and time and start.
All right. It's really very quick plug in, but it was really, or how will I say this? I really had fun time, talking with you. We've been in the social and emotional learning group with Armin, and I've heard lots of ideas from you in our panel. So thank you very much, Mar, for this opportunity. I'm from the bottom of my heart. Thank you. It was nice knowing your thoughts, your ideas. It is once in a lifetime experience. Thank you so much, Mark.
Yeah. Yeah, thank you, and thank you for giving me the opportunity to participate in this podcast. It's really engaging and interesting.
Thank you so much. So, to all my listeners, you've listened to another inspiring educator. So, I hope that this would enlighten your day. I hope that we'll keep on pushing through to be a better educator and to inspire each and every one of us. So again, this is Brian. See you in our next episode. Have a good day. Bye, Mar.
Bye.